Welcome to the Hillsborian Historian. This is the history of Blake High School. In the late 1930s, during the Great Depression, Don Thompson was appointed to lead the vocational classes for Hillsborough County. Three and a half years later, the United States entered World War II. The war effort meant that many vocational jobs were now needed. This would provide opportunities to women and minorities, which had previously been denied to them. In October 1942, Don Thompson passed away, and the Don Thompson Building would be named in his honor. It was here that a new vocational program for African Americans took place. Originally, students would take classes at the African American high school known as Middleton, and then bus their way to the Don Thompson Vocational Center. The busing situation was not considered satisfactory, and in 1945, the Don Thompson Vocational School for African Americans began. The Yellow Jacket was chosen as the mascot, and the motto would be, "We can because we think we can." The respect for these new Yellow Jackets quickly grew. Their arch-rival was destined to be the Tigers of Middleton. During this era, African American schools were separate, but not equal. The 1954 Supreme Court case, Brown versus the Board of Education, sought to change this. In 1955, plans for a new African American high school were soon made. It would be named for former principal of Booker T. Washington Junior High School, Howard W. Blake. This high school would sit on the banks of the mighty Hillsborough River next to the Clara C. Fry Hospital for African Americans. In the fall of 1956, Blake High School opened. Naturally, the rivalry with Middleton continued. Throughout the 1960s, desegregation intensified, leading to stressful situations. But these Yellow Jackets continued to conduct themselves with pride and respect. Things reached a tipping point in June 1967 when a great riot took place. The legendary Blake football coach, Big Jim Williams, was called in to calm down the situation, and thankfully, he was successful. A decade and a half after Brown versus the Board of Education was decided, the federal government was wanting results, not excuses. In May of 1970, the Hillsborough County School Board received a guide on how to achieve full integration. U.S. District Court Judge Ben Krentzman made it clear that results were expected sooner, not later. It soon became clear that Blake might cease to be a high school. Soon, parents, alumni, and students were marching to save their beloved high school. In April 1971, Governor Reuben Askew took part in the dedication of the new Tampa International Airport. Blake students sought an audience with the governor of Florida. Amazingly, the governor actually speaks to them, and some hope is given. However, this was not enough, and in 1971, Blake would become a junior high school. In 1993, the school board approved a plan for a new high school on the site of the Clara Fry Memorial Hospital. Blake alumni made it clear that this high school should be named for Howard W. Blake. The original Blake was renamed Garland V. Stewart Middle School in honor of the famed educator. In 1996, construction began on the new Blake High School. The new Blake would be a magnet school for performing, communication, and visual arts. The new Blake opened in August of 1997. Howard Blake's widow took part in the ribbon-cutting ceremony, and soon a new generation of Yellow Jackets arrived to make history. Blake alumni marched once again, but this time they did so triumphantly. As always, the students of Blake High School would make choices for their future, whether it be enlistment, employment, or furthering their education. A school built on tradition, respect, and history was born anew. The football stadium was named in honor of legendary coach Big Jim Williams. The theater was named in honor of Don Thompson. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Yellow Jackets!